DCeased, War of the Undead Gods, issue 3. Tom Taylor writing with Trevor Hairsine on the art. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, I forgot we had this book. This goes to some world building pieces I wouldn't have paid for the third part in a trilogy.
Yeah, this is kind of wild. So the premise of the first half of this book is it's basically explaining Adam Strange, and he's in the Rand Thanagar War. He's helping Rand fight, and the premise of this first half is that the spread of this zombie virus got to the New Gods because Adam Strange basically Zeta beamed back to Earth after the zombie apocalypse happened, ran into Wonder Woman quite quickly, and got transformed. But he'd already programmed his jetpack to go to where the next Zeta beam was, so that when that happens, he beams back to Ran and single-handedly infects Ran with the zombie virus.
And Thanagar, right?
And Thanagar, yeah.
Because of the war that's going on.
So that spreads to Thanagar, and then that spreads, so this is basically explaining how it spread to a lot of the galaxy, right? So I just thought all of this was this is like the first half of the issue, and I thought this was such a fascinating dark take that the Zeta beam just automatically brought him back to another part of the universe, and that was that part of the universe screwed. Just instantly, that's them. So I thought that was a great first half of the issue, and then you've got Lobo being recruited to fight all this shit in the next little chunk.
I do love Tom Taylor giving us guys that I normally would want to read in something like this, like Lobo or Deathstroke, and they're immune to the virus because of their healing factor. So this reminded me of the Deathstroke scene in the second part. Remember what that was called? Unkillables.
Unkillables, yes.
Unkillables, where he basically blanks out for a hot second and then resets and he's fine. And here a Thanagarian busts into the bar that Lobo's at, scratches him, and is like, "You can't be changed." So I thought that was a really cool moment, and it's going to give,
makes him
Lobo
indispensable in this fight, because he's protected from it,
Yeah. So, but yeah, we had another good moment that they're at Wonder Woman's funeral on Themyscira.
Yeah, I really liked that Oliver and Artemis both fired the flame arrows to light Wonder Woman's boat on fire.
Yeah, I like that. And then Hades shows up, and Hippolyta kind of gets mad because it's like, how dare you come to a warrior piece? What?
I mean Ares.
Ares, that's what I meant.
Ares Hades, which I think is different.
They are 100%.
Yeah.
Ares comes and pisses off Hippolyta because you're the god of war. You come to a warrior of peace's funeral, and he's like, this is bad, and takes him into the hall of gods. And there's Apollo's bow there, and Ollie's like, "Hey, can I use this?" And Ares is like, "Yeah, the end of times is coming. Why not?" He's like, "Can I make adjustments to it?" He goes, "That's Apollo's bow. It's perfect." And then Ollie's like, "No, it's a little top heavy." And Ares is like, "Yeah, you can make some." It's just these little fun moments that Taylor sprinkles in that make, the end of times is coming, but Ollie can still,
Yeah, basically, there's stories of the last time this happened and it ended the universe. So this, it's all happened before, and then this universe, happened afterwards. Because he opens up the book at the end, which is very Book of the Dead, and it says Erebos on it. So,
so a simple Google of Erebos. This is why I accidentally said Hades.
There you go.
Erebus is the personification of darkness and one of the primordial deities. So there's, Erebus is one of the primordial gods of times before, which sounds an awful lot like the darkness that's being weaponized by Pariah in Dark Crisis.
Oh, interesting.
So, I don't think they're gonna play into each other, right? Because this is
I don't think so.
And stuff. But the idea that Taylor's using a similar concept for the end of the, line here, and that they have to get everything together.
Yeah, all the lanterns are being called into Oa to plan an attack and all the rest of it. I think the thing I like most about this issue is just, Adam Strange gets beamed back to Earth, and he goes and he's like, "Wait, what the hell happened here? What because it's the zombie apocalypse." He's like, what's going on? Why is everything look like it's in a wasteland? What's happening? I just thought that was a great little touch, an idea. Again, it's just another example of Taylor using so many of these characters in these unique situations, and like it's like, oh, this is a fantastic idea.
And we don't know, right? We just know it was 2 months ago, right, when it starts, and that they're fighting the Thanagar War, and he gets beamed back, and Wonder Woman's just like waiting for him, like not actually waiting for him.
No, she's just flying through the sky.
Yeah, but he's in the wrong place at the absolute wrong time. And just the way that she puts her fist through him.
And this is obviously
it's gutting.
This is pre-cure.
Right.
You know, it's pre her death. So it's just a really interesting stuff. I think there's been a lot of unique setup here. Obviously Korrigar fell last issue, which is kind of what's inspired the Guardians to sort of take this seriously and get all the Lanterns on board. Obviously we have this Darkseid coming who's infected with it. So it's doing a good job of building up. If anything, this definitely feels like the most epic of the three main parts.
Yep.
Because it's kind of like treating it like this big galactic thing where it's spreading throughout the universe. So even though there's a cure, there's still this huge fight to potentially go down with it. So now we found out that this wiped out civilization on the entire universe before. Yeah.
And that the idea that the God of War is the one that remembers. Right, because it was such a huge event that it's baked into him. You know, the whole concept of Ares. You know, I like that meta commentary here. So, but yeah, super good issue. Like that, like you said, the first half of how it's spreading, and then we get to Lobo, which I shouldn't use the blanket. I don't like Lobo because I like when he's used, you know, sparingly. Here. In these type of big events, like here in 52, stick out the most. Like he actually has a purpose right here, as being someone that literally can't die. So how would a unliving virus affect him? I think that's super cool.
Yeah. All right. Will you give it, Matt?
I'm gonna give this an 8.
Yeah, I would give it an 8 as well. I think I really like the first half. The back half's fine. The back half does some, setting stuff up. It's interesting enough. But I really like that first half with Adam Strange. That was a really cool concept. The idea that he ends up spreading it to everyone else in Ran and Thanagar because he's beamed to Earth, he gets bit, and then beams back. I just think it's really funny. So, good stuff. 8 out of 10 for me as well.